nigga, I thought we was gonna be howling at the moon. But it turns out niggas was howling at the sun. You know what time it is. We talk about for all the dogs, them. You already know what it is. Hold on, let me enunciate my shit. Motherfuckers can't hear me. Hey, what's up? What's happening? It's Big K in this thing. K so good he sleep with a cutter. El Patronino nigga on the ton. And we here to talk about for all the dogs. For all the dogs, them as I've been saying. Now, you know what I'm saying? Came out. Also, I did do original recording of this. That shit went too long, so we here to do another one. We here to talk about For All the Dogs. Before we really get into the album, I have to say this. Yo, this nigga was really on his artistic bag. This nigga was trying to be Kanye with it, bro. Nigga gave the address. Like, this nigga, like, I feel like when he gives an address on certain things, this nigga talking in falsetto, he puts his hand on his chest like this, like, to all my fans, it's the boy. We're back again, you know. I apologize to the streamers, the content creators, the people who have 2 jobs. I'm sorry, but I don't want y'all howling at the moon. I want y'all barking at the sun. So plan early, wake up early, work out, exercise, live well, more life. Because for all the dogs, them will be dropping not at midnight, but at 6 a.m. So stay in tune. We on some scary hour shit. Tea time, tea time, tea time. And as I come to one of my last shows in Toronto, when the album drops, I can share this experience with you. This is Big Obs, Drizzy Drake. You all know the boy. Peace out. I feel like that's how that nigga did that address, you know, swaggy, you know what I'm saying? Probably listening to some smooth jazz with some bourbon in his hand, shaking it like this, you know, with a little fucking pocket watch on his side. Like, when will it be 6 when they can hear this divine? You know what I'm saying? But that nigga did too much. Niggas had to fix up their schedule. Niggas had to wake up, nigga. And we here to talk about it now, Drake. Listen, this is all I'm gonna say, Drake. I don't hate the album, but nigga, if you made me wake up at 6 a.m., nigga, this shit should have been fucking flames through and through. And it was not. And we here to talk about that. Now, you know, let me get a little bit more comfortable. I ain't trying to talk with the shiesty on my face for the whole time. Also, free poo shiesty, you hear me? Free poo shiesty till it's backwards shiesty poo free, you hear me? But anyways, Winnie the shiesty, I like to call him, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, besides all that, let me get a little bit more comfortable. Gonna break this down, you hear me? Just give me 1 second. 1 second. Please. You know, that nigga was singing like a motherfucker, you hear me? Anyways, I'll be back. Okay. Little smooth, you know what I'm saying? Zooby zoo. Anyways, hey, we back. What's happening? It's K.A. Let's talk about For All the Dogs, them. Now, we had to talk about it. Also, listen, this is the thing. I know we have heard some stuff, you know, Joe Budden has said some things. That's for another video. I won't really cover it as much. Same with Fair Heights, or let me go to the track list. I believe it's track 4, where he referenced Rihanna and all that stuff. We're gonna have another video talking about that. I might talk about it a little bit, but we're gonna have a whole other video where we just gonna talk about that. Fear Heights. But besides that, we just gonna get into the album. Now, what I could tell you is it is a good album, but this is my thing about Drake. I personally did not like Views that much. Views grew on me. I liked it a little bit more as time went on. When it first came out, I wasn't fucking with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. More Life, same. I was but like as time grew on, I really enjoyed that project. I really like More Life. I really do. Really fuck with More Life. Shit, maybe even more than Views. You know, we got Scorpion. Oh, by the way, I'm not counting like the Scary Hour tapes and the Dark Lane. That was just whatever. I feel like he was just giving us some Lucy's, and also, hey, he was throwing some shit out for TikTok with that Tootsie Slide bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He was just throwing some shit out. Besides all that, Scorpion, it's cool. Was not my favorite. One of the albums by Drake I don't go back to that much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Scorpion gave us some cool songs. The thing with Scorpion is it was half rap, half R&B, because he tried to appeal to both the fans that just want to hear him rap and the fans that just want the R&B from him. It was cool. It was what it was. I'm not mad at the album, but you know what I'm saying? It was cool. It was cool. But I still thought there was more merit. Now, after Scorpion, Drake kind of changed and it made no sense. CLB, maybe it was marketing and got delayed a lot. Some shit leaked that potentially could have been on the project. I was just like, okay. Like, the fact he did not put, like, he could have put wants and needs on that project, bro. He gave it to us as a Lucy, which I do appreciate. But even still, nigga, you should have saved that motherfucker for the project, because I don't know what you was doing on CLB. Besides all that, CLB came out, was not a fan. Like, out of all the Drake projects, that and honestly, never mind. Dog, I only go back for like Fair Trade. Like, to be fair with Travis Scott, I don't listen to a lot of that project. I don't. Honestly, never mind. Like I said, I like 4 songs from that shit. Like I always say, I'm not a big fan of it. I might not be the target audience, but if I took a pill and went to Ibiza, that shit might hit differently for the kid. You hear me? So hey, we just let that shit rock. And her loss, I enjoyed. I really liked her loss. It was great. I liked it. The addition of 21 really helped. Even though I feel like 21 could have contributed more, it was still a solid album. You know, it wasn't Drake and 21. It was Drake featuring 21. That's what I thought it was. It was cool. I did enjoy that album. I liked it very much. With that being said, we are here to talk about For All the Dogs. So after her loss, I was like, oh, he gave us her loss. Her loss was great. We had to talk about For All the Dogs and the way it was marketed, especially after hearing the Central C on the Radar freestyle. I'm like, oh, he gonna be talking some shit. He gave us Slime You Out, where I'm like, oh, he gonna be talking some shit. He gonna be on his toxic bag, talk about these women and the fuck shit they own and how he does it. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, that's great. And then in the early hours, he gave us 8 a.m. in Charlotte. I was like, cool. Little timestamp tracks. Cool, I ain't mad at it. All right. But see, this is the thing. This album is good, and I feel like some of the ideas, if he had taken more time, because basically after he dropped this project, he basically said, hey, I'm going to take like a year or two off, which I feel like you being on tour and moving around, because basically you said this album was made on tour, and I was expecting some slaps. I wasn't expecting no cohesion or nothing. By the way, I don't know who did the sequencing of the songs and which song went where. No. But anyways, that was bad. You know what I'm saying? Whoever did your song structuring, bro, that wasn't it. With that being said, and I gotta look at Kevin Durant too. Like, Kevin Durant, what was you on? Because Kevin Durant is a hip hop head. So the fact some of this shit, I know it's Drake. Drake's the biggest artist in the world, and he makes music for the world. He has to cater to different audiences. I understand that. But even still, like, the fact some of this shit just went out, bro, and you was just like, cool, gang. I gotta look at you, KD. I know the season about to start, but damn. Nigga learning how to play with Bradley Beal, and now he trying to fucking executive produce an album. That's crazy. I don't know what my nigga is on. I really don't know. But anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I feel like some of the ideas weren't fully, like, executed, if you will. They could have been executed a little bit better, but I just feel like it wasn't properly executed. It could have been better, though. And that's what I feel like it was. If he took the time, he could have did the tour. After the tour, give us a little stuff like It's Coming, and like at early January 2024, because the tour ends in November, and he could have really went on his albums, but he was teasing it, so I don't know if it was contractual reasons. I don't really know his deal. I don't know exactly what happened with that shit to the point he dropped it very quickly, but it was what it was. I do feel like Broski should have not tried to do the album while he was touring. A lot of stuff happening and all that shit. But hey, maybe he wanted a challenge. I gotta let Broski rock. With that being said, we got all for all the dogs. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to talk about it. Now let me go through the track list real quick here. So it's 23 tracks. By the way, too long. I feel like if it was like 13 to 16, even like 17, you could have given us like 2 bonuses. Would have been straight. But anyways, let's talk about this shit. Track 1, Virginia Beach. Track 2, Amen, featuring Tizo, Touchdown. Track 3, Calling For You, featuring 21 Savage. Track 4, Fear of Heights. Track 5, Daylight. By the way, track 4, yeah. We're going to talk about it in the shipper video. But anyways, track 6, First Person Shooter, featuring J. Cole. Track 7, I Don't Give a F, featuring Yeet. Track 8, 79, 76 Santa. Track 9, Slime You Out. Track 10, Bahama Promises. Track 11, Tried Our Best. Track 12, Screw the World Interlude. Track 13, Drew Up Picasso. Track 14, Members Only featuring Party Next Door. Track 15, What Would Pluto Do? Track 16, All the Parties featuring Chief Keef, Salsa Baby. You hear me? Track 17, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. Track 18, BBL Love Interlude. Isn't there like 3 interludes on this shit? Hold on. Well, honestly, Amen, like, that shit's basically an interlude to me. But yeah, Screw the World and I guess BBL Love are the only 2 proper interludes. Track 19, Gently with Bad Bunny. Track 20, Rich Baby Daddy with Sexy Red and SZA. Track 21, Another Late Night featuring Lil Yachty. Track 22, Away From Home. And track 23, Polar Opposites. For the little intermission shit, y'all used to that because of this album before the dogs. Let's go through it now. Again, it was some good ideas that probably given a little bit more time could have been followed up on, but I just feel like the nigga was on tour and he was just doing too much. It was what it was. You could also say Yachty was helping him find sounds or find beats, which a lot of the critique is maybe he's trying to stay too current and he's not appealing to older people. And I know I get it. When he first came out, the fans of his back then, like what, 15 years ago, have grown up and they might be wanting to hear some new shit. So him appealing to the kids is like, well, what the fuck? But at the same time, it's like, bro, they the future older niggas and he trying to get them. So he's straight. Now it gets to the point now. There's certain things he does talk about, which is like, again, if you've listened to that nigga for super long, it's like, nigga, what the fuck is you talking about? But it still is. You get to that point, it's like, nigga is Drake. This nigga gonna give you the corny lines and she gonna mention like shorties he been talking to in the past. Gonna mention some niggas we don't know and shit like that. I get it with the beat choices and maybe doing the Yeet song, which yeah, Yeet was a feature, but it sounded like it was more Yeet featuring Drake. People are like, what the fuck? But again, he's trying to appeal to a new sound. It's like when he calls the streamers or wants to do stuff with the streamers, he's seeing there's a new demo and he's trying to go fuck with them. Sadly, in hip hop, you're trying to stay current to get the younger base to fuck with you as well. You're always gonna have your core, and he still appeals to his core, but he's also trying to get the youngins on the side, which I don't find it bad. Maybe he should have did it better. See, honestly, Nevermind is interesting because he tried to do the house music thing. With that being said, him trying to do that garner new fans, he tried something new. Now, the core didn't fuck with it. There's probably motherfuckers in the Ibiza that was fucking with that shit, and that shit was going off. And like I said, I like 4 to 5 songs, but it is what it is. This is what Drake does. So a lot of the hate he's getting, I don't understand, but I also get the fact of it's a good album, but some of this shit didn't need to be there. Let's keep it a buck. But anyways, Virginia Beach is a cool song. I wouldn't have opened the project with it, but still a cool song. I like the vibes. The Frank Ocean sample was fire. He was doing this thing and he wasn't trying that hard to be fair, like faded orange Fanta, whatever the fuck that nigga was saying. Like, he was just doing this thing and it sounded good. I wouldn't have made this an intro. I think of him more with his intros as more rapping. Even on Champagne Poetry, and I did not like CLB, but even still, it was like okay. Actually, no, that Daddy's Home song or Poppy song, yeah, that sounds crazy as a title, but that song probably should have been the opening. But you know what's funny? I feel like if what CLB content wise was on this album and this was what was on CLB, people would fuck with those albums way more compared to each other. Because again, this ain't for the dogs, the fellas. It's for the young pups. And this mostly for the females. This ain't for like the niggas. Like, we was trying to be outside. We was trying to be thugging and bugging, but like, nah, he didn't give that to us. I'm guarantee you, if what he did on CLB, he just put that on here, and this, what was on For All the Dogs, he put on CLB, niggas would probably appreciate them 2 albums differently. But anyways, track 2. Yeah, I should say that for that. And I said what I said, man. Fuck it. Track 2, Amen with Tezo Touchdown. I'm not really too familiar with him. I hope I said that nigga name right. It was smooth. It was cool. It was what it was. I'm not too mad at it. To be fair, it sounded like another interlude, but it is what it is. Track 3, Calling for You with 21. This is probably the weakest collab Drake and 21 have done. It could have been better. To be fair, I feel like this is something that was just left off of what's that thing called? Shit. Her Loss, and he just put it on here. Like it was a Lucy that was left over there. Like fuck it, we just won't put it on here. It was what it was. By the way, during the song, that little voice note he had of that, like that shorty talking, whatever it was too long. It took me out the song. I like what he was doing in the beginning. He was doing this thing. I'm like, oh okay. That shit went on for too long, bro. It just filled up too much space. You could have made the song shorter. It could have been like 2 minutes. It was cool. But this nigga was trying to do too much, bro. I don't know why he did that. It didn't work. But anyways, Fear of Heights is the Rihanna track, man. Hey, this nigga petty as hell. Like I don't know why, but we gonna leave that alone. That's for another video. But this nigga will not leave Rihanna alone, bro. Shit. I don't know why. Daylight was cool. It had the Scarface thing, you know, say hello to the bad guy. It was hard. Wasn't mad at it. It did its thing. It didn't stay too long, and it was a dope track. To be fair, from track 4 to 6, Fear of Heights, Daylight, and First Person Shooter with J. Cole, that was probably the most fire like run of this album. That 3-track run was probably the most fire run. Dope. So yeah, Daylight took First Person Shooter, and we're gonna talk about this shit real quick now. First Person Shooter was cool, but like Drake, Jermaine washed you on this shit. It was ridiculous. J. Cole washed this boy. It was crazy. See, the thing with him is, for a person that totes himself as a GOAT in the top 3, very lyrical, or not even he totes himself, people told him, Drake as that. Him, Kendrick, and Cole. But like, you didn't show up at all. Cole showed up, started out cool, whatever. He was doing your thing, like, who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? I was like, okay, he's doing his thing. But then J. Cole came back and bodied it. He addressed his verse on the Special Recipe, which he killed as well. Sorry, the Secret Recipe, Special Recipe. He bodied that. Came back, addressed that. Addressed the thing with NBA Youngboy. You could go watch that video about that with Youngboy dissing that nigga on F the Industry Part 2, which I feel like what he did on the Secret Recipe was a response to that, but he came out and said it wasn't, which we're gonna talk about at the end. Anyways, did this thing Muhammad Ali, these niggas come call me to connect shit like I was part of IT. I still want to give me a song with YB. If I got a problem with you, I come direct. I ain't gonna send no subliminal shots. You know, he was doing this thing. Nigga was dancing like he was part of Dancing with the Stars. J. Cole was doing all that stuff. And Drake, he did not show up. He tried to come back at the end, you know, on his sicko mode phone. I'm about to click all this shit. I'm about to click. I'm about to click all this shit. I'm about to click. There goes name. I pack him in this phone like some sardines. JD, Nadine, Christine, Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? He was doing, dog. The way Jermaine came on, that pause, extra pause. The way J. Cole performed on that track, and you was doing that. Christine, Nadine, Claudine, like bro, that wasn't it, gang. That wasn't it, gang. I don't know what he was on. Bro, you should have just kept rapping while the nigga was there. I literally feel like they did that portion of the shit. J. Cole left or whatever it was doing. The nigga was on tour, but whatever. And then this nigga came back in the end and added that stuff. And it was hard. I still like the song, but bro, J. Cole got the bit of you on that song. And at this point, he has questioned me. And I want to hear this nigga going against Kendrick at this fucking point. I want to hear this nigga go against Kendrick. Because, bro, that was not a good performance. We'll see what happens. But anyways, track 7, I Don't Give a F with Yeet. It's a cool song. Didn't really fuck with it. It was what it was. This nigga Drake was rapping like BK the Ruler. I don't know what to say. It was what it was. I get him doing a song with Yeet. Yeet is popular as hell, but even still. 79, 76 Santa. I don't know what the fuck this nigga was on. And I don't know why he used the Chief Keef sample like that. It was so, like, I don't know what he was on. Slime Me Out is cool. I probably like it in the album more. It's a cool song. I ain't mad at it. Bahama Promises is hard as fuck. I didn't expect myself to like that shit as much as I do. It's hard as fuck. I've been playing that shit a lot. Tried Our Best, I fuck with. I fuck with Tried Our Best. It was cool. I do like Tried Our Best. Screw the Road interlude is hard as well. I do like Drew Picasso. That was hard. I enjoyed that. Members Only were Party Next Door. And he's going on a little run, I guess. But see, this thing, Slime Me Out is cool. Bahamas Promises is hard. Try Our Best, then I could take her or leave it. Screw the World interlude, he wasn't even saying anything on it. It's just the beat was fucking hard. Drew Picasso, he did his thing. He did his thing on there. Members Only with Party Next Door, it was cool. Shout out Party Next Door. I like hearing them together. Honestly, I'm gonna take it regardless. Like I've been listening to this nigga since 109, and whenever this nigga and Party Next Door got together, I've been listening to Party Next Door by an extension. I like hearing them niggas together. It's been a fucking while. I'm not mad at it. To be whatever. I like What Would Pluto Do? Okay, like he had that little rhyme scheme. It was cool. I enjoyed that. All the parties with Chief Keef I enjoyed. Wish Chief Keef had a longer verse, but hey, I don't know what happened with that. It was what it was. ADM and Charlotte, he was doing his thing, he was talking this shit. It's a timestamp track. We already know he's gonna bar it up. No nigga surprised. That was hard. BBL interlude is funny as fuck. But even though it's funny as hell, I'm not taking it. Gently with Bad Bunny, bro. I don't know what the fuck y'all. I don't know what Drake was smoking, bro. I don't know what that was. And y'all could keep that. Never again, bro. That shit was bad. And see, Drake's performance on Mio was way better. So when these two got together again, and again, Bad Bunny probably sent that nigga that shit. This what Drake sent to this nigga. And this wasn't it. This wasn't it. Rich Baby Daddy. Like I see what he was trying to do. I think like he was trying to do some City Girls esque thing, you know. But this wasn't it. I don't know, bro. I ain't fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? 21, another late night with Lil Yachty. This should have been on Yachty's project. It was cool. It was whatever. Yeah. Away From Home was too fucking long. It was cool. Way too long. Honestly, again, if the album was more condensed and he had this song on here, I'd probably like it a little bit more. But even still, And Polar Opposites as an outro, no, do not really fuck with it. It was what it was, and that was For All the Dogs. Now, before I give my critiques, songs I fuck with: Virginia Beach, Fear of Heights, Daylight, First Person Shooter. I do like Slimy All, but not like that. Bahamas Promises. I like Screw the Road interlude. I do like what's this shit called? So we're at 6 right now. Drew Picasso. It's cool. I like that. What Would Pluto Do? Like these are the standouts for me. What Would Pluto Do? All the Parties with Salsa. Of course, ADM and Charlotte. Yeah. So 10 out of 23, if you will. And you know what? I'll put Slime You Out in there as well because I do like Slime You Out. I don't bump it like that though. That's the Slime You Out and Tried Our Best. I don't bump it like that. I like it in rotation, like in sequencing of the album. And even also, sorry, what song did I forget? Also, another thing, I forgot to say what I said about J. Cole. This nigga loves to say that shit. Like, bro, who was you talking about then? Like, put a name on the bullet. Because, bro, that shit, like, synced up with that YB shit so smooth. Who was you talking about then? Because that shit made no fucking sense at all. Besides that, also, what song is this? To put Bahamas Promises after Slime You Out makes no sense as well. Cause Slime You Out, you was on your toxic shit. You tricking how you treat these females, and SZA was on your like wave and how she treats some of these niggas. Like, why would you put Bahamas Promises after that shit? But hey, like I said, I feel like these are good ideas. A lot of these songs had good ideas. He just should have took more time with it. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, I wanted a Central C verse on here. What happened to the Nicki song y'all was supposed to do? Like, there was so much shit that I just didn't make sense. You could have put the Central shit. You could have ripped that shit off the radar and put it on here with a different beat, and that would have been great. It just, I don't know, the Sexy Refuge. I don't know what was going on with that. SZA did her thing, I guess. Sapsy Party, J. Cole just body your ass. That was a weak 21 Savage feature. Tezo Touchdown, I'm in on him. I like. By the way, I forgot what song was that. Snoop Dogg interlude. I did like. I did like that Snoop Dogg. You should have honestly with an album called Further Dogs. You probably should have made that nigga narrate the album. Would have been lit. But anyways, besides that, what was on here? I said everybody, right? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Yeet did his thing, I guess. Yeah. That Bad Bunny feat, bro. Mm-mm. Never again. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas was on. But yeah, bro. He had good ideas. I feel like if he had more time, this nigga was on tour making this project. If he had more time to probably curate the album, probably get the people he wanted to work with, because you're on tour, it's probably hard to get certain people in the same location, and even email shit, because you're on tour, you're moving around a lot. You know what I'm saying? Probably have some shit that we might not have heard. I don't know if this nigga's even gonna do a deluxe to this shit. That's number one. But yeah, like I feel like yeah, if he was off tour, he worked on this, probably had time to let ideas rest and all this other shit. Probably would have been better. It sounds a little bit more current. That's with the influence of Yachty, with the beat selection and stuff, which I'm not mad at. But even still, some of this shit was like it wasn't bad, but it was just alright. And some of these songs, bro, was too damn long. We did not need them to be this long. Ridiculous. No. I don't know what you was on, gang. Like, I get it in the streaming aspect. You want the songs to be longer, get your streams up. I get you. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? Bobs, I get it. But, like, even still, gang, some of these shits was too long. I don't know what you was on. But I really feel like that. A lot of people are having this conversation of Drake falling off or appealing to the young people. But he's always appealed to everybody. He's been for the world, if you understand my opinion of him. He's been for the world, and I'm not surprised by that. Maybe we don't want him on a Yeet type beat, and that's fine. I can understand. I don't really fuck with that song. It's whatever. I get it. No, I wanted you on some UK shit with Central C. I would like Central C on this. Shit, I would like you and Dave to do a song together to keep it a buck. Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. Now, he said he's taking a year off, and maybe with that year, he could live some life and come back, and we'll probably enjoy the album. Shit, give us more life, too. Fuck it. I would like more life, too. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say about this. It's an alright album. I don't hate it. The songs I like, I'm gonna take with me. But even still, for just comparing this to Her Loss, I feel like Her Loss is way better. This is probably better than CLB to me. But like it just has me questioning if we honestly take like the good songs off CLB and put this on For the Dogs and take some of these songs for the Dogs and put it on CLB, I feel like people would have a different appreciation of those albums. Because I feel like when he's on his Playboy shit, is tough talking gangster shit more on CLB. You can put them songs on here, and the more R&B cuts, you could put them songs on CLB, and niggas would appreciate them albums way more differently. I'm telling you. But yeah, man, I'm not mad. It's lacking. It's like kind of my Low Baby review. It's lacking. And today's what, the 9th? So I've sat down with this for like 3 days at this point. It is lacking. And see, I guess Drake is at a crossroad of should he stay more current? Do I want Drake to do a 444 like Jay-Z? No. But maybe it's beats. Maybe it's certain people he collabs with. Maybe he shouldn't go into these realms. Or maybe he could have just did it better and it was rushed because he was on tour. I feel like that Bad Bunny song could have been better if he wasn't on tour. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And some of these songs are too. You could have cut some of this shit down. Like I was saying with the J. Cole song, could have cut that down. Shit, Keith could have cut that down. The Rich Baby Dad song definitely could have cut that down. I don't know what you was doing on that motherfucker. But hey, it is what it is. Go check it out. You're probably gonna find some shit you like about it. But I'm not mad at this. I fuck with it. Maybe some of the songs I don't like will grow on me. I like 10 other songs so far, but hey, this is for all the dogs, but it wasn't for the dogs. It was probably for the female dog. I feel like what you had on CB was more for the dogs, at least what we wanted to hear compared to what you had on this project. But hey, it is what it is. It's lukewarm, you know what I'm saying? It's alright, you know what I'm saying? But hey, could have been better. And maybe we put this nigga at too much of a high pedestal. We should let him rock out, but it was lukewarm. It was cool. It ain't bad. But honestly, gang, after Scorpion, bro, you have not been doing your best, in my opinion. I'm gonna keep it a book. You have not been doing your best. And I don't really fuck with Scorpion. But at least I could recognize, hey, you had some shit on there. But them last couple of albums, bro, mm-mm. No, with the exception of Her Loss, these last couple projects, mm-mm. And Her Loss, even though you have some shit on there, I still have my critiques. But hey, man, this Drake is the boy. This nigga always gonna be back. We're gonna see what happens. I love how I had to re-record this shit and it's still 30 minutes. But anyways, man, I already know what it is. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. What did you think about the album? Put in the comments down below. And I'm gone. Shalom, zoom, peace, gang. Aye.